Hello, I'm the audience for Ariane Tramel.
Hello, my name is Ariana Trammell, and I will be doing my speech over parent-child abduction. So, parent-child abduction, most people wonder, what is that? What is parent-child abduction? Well, parent-child abduction is the taking or the hiding of a child by another parent or a relative. So children are being kidnapped and abducted all too often in these days of times, but people don't realize that most of them are parental child abduction. So a lot of the abductions that are happening in today's society are not always just by a stranger. Of course, there are by strangers, but they're also by parents or family members. And a lot of people don't realize that, and sometimes they also don't take it as serious as it should be. But even at times, the child could be, even though they may be in the presence of another parent, they still may be put in danger. Because for some reason, this parent may have abducted this child, but there is a reason or there is a motive behind this. Reasons this may happen. Parents argue, parents go through custody battles, parents are vindictive. There have been some cases where parents have gone through custody battles where one parent wants the child, the other parent wants the child, and they go through the battle, and sometimes they feel like they may not win the case. So instead of, going through the process of having the child or not, they take the child themselves, and that's considered kidnapping because neither one of the parents may not have custody of the child at that moment. So even though that is their child, but they don't hold the right to have custody of that child, that is considered abduction and kidnapping, whether they're the parent of the child or not. Also, some parents may feel like the other parent is unfit. So one parent does have the custody of the child and the other one doesn't, or it's a shared custody. But one parent may feel like the other parent is not fit for the child to be in that environment. Then the parent may abduct the child, not knowing that that is very much legal. So, according to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, family abductions are one of the most common reasons a child is missing. Like I said before, this is one of the most common ways of a child abduction. You have different child abductions, but family child abductions are very common in today's society. It is more frequent, it is more relevant in today's society as well. It happens more so than any other abductions. And a lot of people don't realize it because they say, oh, well, they're just with another parent, but it still should be taken very seriously. There are prevention steps. Steps meaning filing missing child report for one. Going to the police department or the police station, letting the police department know that your child has been taken by the other parent or another family member. Also, providing description, how tall the child is, what's the weight of the child, what color is the hair, what color are their eyes, how old are they, when were they born, and also if you suspect who may have taken the child, you also provide the information about that person. So if you feel like the dad took the child, then you provide information about the dad. What's the dad's name? What's his height? What's his age? Where he may work, where he may be, where he lives, and also his family members, and vice versa for the mother or grandmother or aunt or whatever may have you. You have to provide the information for those. You have to provide the information to the police. That way they can get a lead to find your child. Also, there's a thing called Children Passport Issuance Alert Program. And so this program will basically inform parents when a child is missing or anything like that, or when you provide this, it can basically, like insurance, to put out an alert for your missing child. So kind of like an Amber Alert. This will help, spread the word that your child has been missing as well. So according to travel.state.gov about the passport child insurance. The Hague Convention is like the laws and regulations of child abduction, parent-child abduction, and it's something called the Hague Convention. It is a treaty providing a legal framework for securing the return of a wrongfully removed child. And so this convention helps helps the laws and the police people find your child. This leads to the steps of finding your child, and supports you in the process of that as well. There's also something called the International Child Abduction Remedies Act, and it sets in stone the steps of the return of abducted children. This is also according to travelstate.gov. So there are a lot more. Steps to a lot more things. So there's different acts, there's different laws, there's different regulations that will help find your child, and also condemn the person who may have took your child, to lock them up, to put them away, to make them serve time for abducting your child. Because although they may be a parent, that does not give them the right to abduct your child, especially if they do not have full rights custody of having that child. So, how does this affect the child? A lot of people may not think about that. They may just think, oh, the child has been abducted, and they don't really think about how this affects the child. So most things that may have an effect on the child is trust issues, going back and forth with one parent to the other parent and not knowing what's going on. One parent may be telling the child, hey, we're just going to go here, or this parent isn't right for you. You have some parents who may tell the other child, hey, well, your mom is not a good mom, so I'm going to take you with you. And that can be traumatizing to the child, because one parent is telling the child that another parent is not a good parent. And so most kids between the ages of maybe 4 and 10 don't know how to process that. Like, how do you process the fact that your dad is telling you that your mom is not a good mom, or your mom is telling you that your dad is not a good dad, and so that's why they're taking you away? That can be very traumatizing. They also go through emotional detachment. They also go through depression, anxiety, stress. May have the may be fearful of that other parent because this parent has done this thing to this child. So this really does affect the child, and a lot of people don't think about it, especially the person who may be abducting this child. They're not thinking about how the child is going to be affected. They're thinking about their own needs, which is not very considerate as far as the child goes. So in conclusion, most parents, like I said before, they argue, they go through these things, but the first thing that needs to be put in their mind is the child's safety, the child's well-being. That's the overall, that needs to be the positive take back from this whole situation to even prevent parental child abduction. Go have conversations with the other parent. If you feel like you're the parent at odds, don't put the child involved in it. You guys work it out, because at the end of the day, you guys are there for that child's purpose, not to argue with each other or not to go back and forth. It is about the child, and the child is very important. So therefore, do not abduct your child. Work it out with the parents. Try to figure out a way that y'all can both have the child, or both be on the same page, because sometimes there are situations where it has nothing to do with the child at all. Some people are just, like I said before, being vindictive, and they put the child inside the situation to make the other parent feel bad, and that's not right. I feel like that parents should just work it out first, and then that's how things could be resolved. My name is Ariana Tramell, and once again, this is my speech over parent-child abduction. Thank you.